EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Mass. A moment ago, the pride of Massachusetts, the Patriots, introduced to this, as always, sold-out crowd as they get set to go head-to-head with the New York Jets. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. Here's Hayne to return. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. First carry for Damian Harris, the Alabama man. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, that he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down. An early test for this defense. Here we go on 3rd and inches. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris, and he will have the first down, but he winds up paying for it pretty good. Defense had a chance to get off the field here in the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important third down is, aren't they? Offense and defense.
There he goes, left side. Shreds him with his and all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Kendrick Bourne, his second touchdown on the season. And the Pats have taken the early lead. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Another run on 2nd down with Carter. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. Well, this club, there were some reports earlier in the week, and most have heard this by now, the so-called unnamed sources that were saying all is not rosy in that locker room. There's whispers that 1 or 2 guys, CD, have kind of had enough of how things are going and have been going. How would you handle that as a coach?
Well, you and I both know all the coaches that we've dealt with and come in contact with. They'd love to get their hands on those unnamed sources, wouldn't they? But they know that that's not possible. So I think they've got to go in there and make sure that this isn't a distraction. They also know that once the grumbling starts, it becomes a slippery slope and it's hard to stop the fall. But I think you need to sit some guys down and say, hey, look, we're still hoping to be a playoff team this year. We need you guys to be bought in with what we're doing. Come on, let's get on board.
Great blocking, nearly sprung in there. 28-yard return. And the Patriots will have great starting position as they take over 1st and 10. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They hand this off to Harris, and they will only muster a yard here to the 38. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now Jones. Flush to his right. It's brought in by Harris. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
Defensively, they came into the game with the understanding they're going to have to slow him down on passes just like this because he was over 100 yards receiving a week ago. And you know they want to get him involved here as well.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ashton Davis. And the Jets are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. After the interception, here's Wilson. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. Room here to run. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45.
I like the play design there. They occupied the defense downfield, everyone trying to account for someone. But unfortunately, they didn't account for the running back slipping out of the backfield, and he was absolutely unnoticed and wound up getting big yards on that play.
And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete. Here's second and 10. Again, Wilson. That's complete. It's Elijah Moore. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Now Wilson. Flushed out right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down.
When they watch film of this game and hand out the grade sheets, he's going to really like getting a double plus on this play. Why? He scrambles and picks up a first down. But what else does he do? Protects himself by sliding and avoiding the big hit. Double plus, big time play.
On 1st and 10, it's Carter. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. Now it's Wilson. The loop, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. It's the former Michigan man, Chase Winovich, who gets in there to bring him down. So now Wilson and the Jets with a 3rd and long here following the sack. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to look deep for more. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Here's Braden Mann now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Pats will be backed up deep to get the drive started as they take over 1st and 10. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game, but I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season,
in trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Carl Lawson with a little how do you do as he gets in there for the sack. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. This one to Bourne, and he's got it. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. They get 15, but they still needed a little bit more. 4th down. The Patriots send out their punter. Back deep, Damiere Byrd. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. It's a 39-yard punt, 8 on the return, and the Jets will take over 1st and 10. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. Wilson's throw here on target to Hurst. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45.
I know I spend a lot of time talking about how tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. He used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held on to the ball.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. On 2nd and 12, Wilson. A throw to the flat for Carter. And he will be out of bounds here on what will turn out to be the final play of this 1st quarter. After 7-0 on EA Sports. They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. Looking left side, that's caught by Moore. And he is going to lose yardage here. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. Shotgun snap, and again to Carter. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
On 3rd down, Wilson. Throw left side complete. That's Moore. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Throwing is Wilson. Looking for Mims, but this is intercepted. Picked off at the 17. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. They'll try the right side with Harris. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Sliding out of the pocket. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. Touchdown, Patriots! Kendrick Bourne. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Patriots are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. The point after is good, and it's now 14-0. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Demir Bird returning it. And able to get this out to the 25. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters.
And got his man complete. And out across midfield down to the 45. It's a big play that time by the Jets. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. Oliver, the tight end, making the catch. Too far downfield, something those linemen have to watch out for, and that time it costs them. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Again, that's Hurst. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Now a second down and 6. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Open man is Denzel Mims. And he's taken down inside the 30.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Jonathan Jones. And the Pats are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. The Pats at the line ready to go. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have, and think back.
They'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. It's Khalil Mack that time, shooting in there to get him to the ground. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Throwing Jones. In trouble, and the ball's out. It's in the end zone loose. And it's scooped up by the Jets.
All these years we've been watching the game, I start to get the sense that whenever it rains out, those guys who have to touch the ball and carry it, they're extremely resentful about that weather.
Yeah, I'm just happy I'm not resentful that we have a roof over our heads. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Michael Carter, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Jets have made this a one-score game. Extra point by McCann, up and good. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You got to protect the football. Oh, now Harris lost it. It's a fumble, and it's scooped up by the Jets. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
A handoff to Harris to begin the drive. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. He's going to look downfield for Henry, and that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. The Patriots send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. On the return, it's Bird. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
A gain of 6 there on first. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Now Wilson on first down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Patriots. Past the 20. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return and a Patriot touchdown. And Charles, look at the big fella. What a rumble that was. Not only to scoop it, but then take it the rest of the way for the touchdown.
And now you know they're going to have to hear about it from now on. The defensive backs, he's going to want to run with them, do their drills, the whole deal. He thinks he's the pace setter now.
It doesn't matter what happens in practice this week. He's smiling. Extra point safely through. And it's now 21-7. Bird now ready to return it. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear them, the coaches from all the way up here. They were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. If we were down there, that message would have been received a whole different way. Because turnovers, they've been a big problem for them. Got to take care of the football. Got to hold on to it.
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down. An incomplete pass on second down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Here's Wilson. Oh, he bowls over it. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. On the return, this is Haney. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back. And the Patriots take over. The Pats at the line, ready to go. On 1st and 10, Jones. His throw incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Jones gets this into the hands of N'Keal Harry. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. On 3rd down, here's Harris. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. On 1st down, Jones. And caught by Henry. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here. To throw. Jones. Right back to Henry, and Henry's got it again. The Patriots will take their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Jones. And now another turnover as this one's intercepted. Picked off at the 24. They are in an interception mood on defense. Had 2 nice interceptions a week ago. Now 2 here in the first half.
Yeah, we call it ball hawking. And the only way to truly be good ball hawks is not guessing. It's not just simply anticipation. It's study and understanding what they like to do and beating them to the spot and creating big plays.
Well, they're watching the film, and it's working.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They were starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Well, that certainly has to feel good, and it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Now a signal and a timeout call, as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. And this is thrown to the sideline. No receiver in the area, though, and that's going to bring out a flag. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. So we've reached halftime here at Gillette Stadium with the Patriots on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. Here's Damiere Byrd to return from his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Now as we look down, it appears we've got a Jet shaking up on the play. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Wilson. Throw left side, caught by the tight end Hurst. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. To throw is Wilson. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
A couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that can really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
On first down, Wilson. They will find Davis. That's complete. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. 2nd and 2.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. That's the tight end Hurst with it. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
They'll run on first down. It's Carter. And good downhill running. He's got 6 yards down to the 13. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit, because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he looked.
Got a man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jets. Hayden Hurst, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Jets are able to make this a close game again. extra point was hooking, but he does make it through. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Here's Hain to return. And he's able to get it across the 20 to the 25-yard line. Well, that holding call set him up with not great field position.
Not at all when you tack on the penalty. With that field position after the return wasn't terrific. It's not a great starting field position as well.
A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Back to throw. Jones. That's swung out wide to Harris. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard. Looking to throw. Jones. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the 3rd downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the 3rd quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. 3rd quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. On the give, this is Harris. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. And he's going to be taken down at the 39, clearly short of the first by a few yards. The Patriots send out their punter as he's on here to punt it away. This returnable for Bird. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. On first down, Carter. He'll get it to the 40. Broke a tackle there to get some extra yardage. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. Now it's Wilson.
Now this is a feeling I can relate to all too well. Deflation on 3rd and short. Excellent coverage. Took away all the short routes, but the one person who wasn't accounted for, the quarterback. And he used his legs to hot-foot it for a first down.
Oh, good move. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Elijah Moore. His 3rd touchdown now on on the year. And the Jets are an extra point away from tying this ball game here in the final moments of the third quarter. Extra point by McCann, up and good. And that will tie our game here in the third. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. Here's Hayne to return. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Now as we look down, it appears we've got a Jet shaken up on the play. We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. Throwing to start the drive. Jones being chased out left. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Now a throw here to his running back. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. Now left side on the swing pass. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Up from his linebacker spot, Deion Jones making the play. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Off the play fake. Jones. He gets it complete to Harris. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Now a first down carry for Harris. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Operating from the gun, Jones. Escaping the pressure. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And the Jets will take over here just shy of the 30. A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. To throw again on 2nd down, Wilson. To the right side, and he's got more complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they run with Carter. A gain of 3, second down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Meanwhile, Wilson's throw caught by Bird here. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Here's Wilson. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver Moore. It's another 10 yards on that one and another first down. A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
But what they're seeking with an RPO is space for the receiver to make a catch and then make a play downfield, but there wasn't any space available, thus the incompletion.
They'll run with Carter. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10. Well, they gave themselves options there on the 3rd down play and were able to convert on that RPO.
Shows a lot of trust with the guy taking the snap, doesn't it? Because you're counting on him to make the right reads and give the ball where it's supposed to go. And he did on that play.
From the shotgun, Wilson. Over the middle, complete. It's Carter. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal. Wilson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
On 3rd and goal, Wilson. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Great defense there on 3rd and goal. They took away everything, forced him to fire that one to the sideline where no one could get it.
And no movement for the field goal unit to break this tie. They're going to go for this thing. 4th and goal. Here we go. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And the Patriots get the football back. The Pats at the line ready to go. We'll see if they can grab the lead. Either way, what a job their defense did to force the turnover on downs to set up this opportunity. And he'll wind up picking up about 4 as that is going to bring us to the 2-minute warning. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. So the Patriots with a football as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a score to break this tie. And his throw's going to be incomplete. 2-minute drills, they're tough enough, pressure-packed enough, and these elements makes it significantly tougher.
And you don't have the margin where you can say, okay, I can allow for certain things and maybe change up a little bit. Because it's a 2-minute situation, you've got to try and make the same plays you would make if the elements didn't exist.
And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
Well, the defense certainly did its job. They held up in that situation, and now on 4th down, you've got to punt this and try to get to overtime. There's no decision to be made in my estimation.
Tie game, fourth quarter, and they're going for this thing on fourth down. Now Jones. Complete. It's Henry. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line.
And partner, in a tie game in the fourth quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars. And he came through with a nice catch right there.
A bit of an opening there on the first down run as they get this forward for about 6 yards.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
And his throw is incomplete. A couple extra defensive backs out there in the dime, and because of that, really not many places to throw the football, if any.
And typically, what would you want to do against that dime?
Run the football.
You want to run the ball, but you can't do it in this situation. Not nearly enough time on the clock. You having to really navigate against a tough defense presented against you.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Pass complete to Harris. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. 2nd and 8 coming up. Jones. To Henry. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Jones. Checking this down to Stevenson. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
Well, you hate that defensively. They had it pretty well corralled, but the face mask, that obviously changes things.
Yeah, it's a bit frustrating because you feel like you did everything right. You had him stop, but the hand gets up just a little too high, and the natural inclination is to hold on, and that's going to get called every time.
Yeah, he'll manage to break a tackle and get this forward for a couple. It'll be 2nd down. To throw is Jones. And right side, Henry's got it. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. And now it all rests on the right foot of their kicker. Footing obviously an issue in the driving rain. This one for the win. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. And now this game's going to come down to the right leg of their kicker. Footing obviously an issue in the driving rain. This one for the win. And his kick is good. Despite the rainstorm, a good snap, a good hold, and the kick went through. And it'll be a good time in the Back Bay tonight. The Patriots have won the football game. So this will wind up a victory for the New England Patriots. And you've got to say, CD, it was the defense who had a big part in the W.
Oh, without question. When you force 4 turnovers, you get to enjoy the spoils of victory, don't you? It's rare that you force 4 turnovers and lose a ball game. That's almost unheard of. They carried this one home. You talk about celebrating with each other and being in a position where going forward, all you think about is, let's get 5 next time. They're going to be on the hunt.
So for the Patriots, it'll be a 500 start as the win gets them back to 2-2. And they'll have another home date next week as the Miami Dolphins come to town. Meanwhile, for the Jets, they also will exit this one at 2-2. And they will get a home date next week as they will take on the Buffalo Bills. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.